Hello, everyone. I am Clarene Mitchell, the founder and CEO of TCM Communications, and I am honored to have time to put the spotlight on one of my phenomenal LinkedIn coaching clients. So, as you see, I have the phenomenal Coach Kellee, and I'm gonna have her introduce herself and all that good stuff because she can only introduce herself the way she introduces herself. But I'm honored to have this time because she's Miss Energy. She's Miss Sunshine. She's Miss Hyped. I love seeing her come up on my news feed. I love looking at her LinkedIn profile photo. All of that. That's Kellee. So let me introduce myself very quickly because this is going to be time all about Kellee. Wait a minute. Let me just say it right though. Kellee C. Wiliams time. So, again, I am Clarene Mitchell, the founder and CEO of TCM Communications. My company is all about changing the trajectory of lives, one LinkedIn profile at a time. My expertise is providing LinkedIn coaching, LinkedIn training in corporate settings, done for you services, which include optimizing LinkedIn profiles and ghosting accounts, meaning I create content for some of my clients where nobody knows the difference because I zone into their voice and allow them to shine online when they don't have the time to do it themselves. But my business is all about empowering my clients to shine online. As a solopreneur, I'm in the greater Milwaukee area, but I service clients all across the country, even globally. Have clients all over the world, and I love it because it's technology, right? And so, what I thought I would do now on a regular basis is spend some time, one-on-one time, interviewing some of my stellar clients as a way to keep myself in check, to make sure I'm doing what I need to do as a LinkedIn coach, but also as a way of supporting them and helping to heighten their brand online and especially putting a spotlight on their businesses. Majority of my clients are entrepreneurs or corporate executives, but especially my entrepreneur clients. So with all of that said, I'm here with Kellee C. Wiliams. Welcome, Kellee. Please introduce yourself, ma'am.
Yes, well, thank you so much for having me. I feel like there's so much pressure. You were like, it should. I'm gonna let her introduce herself the way that she can. Listen, y'all. My name is Kellee. I am a lifestyle management coach, and yeah, I coach coaches, specifically kingdom-driven coaches, and I'm excited and loving my LinkedIn life and my LinkedIn journey, and loving that I really got to begin it and get a good foundation with you, Clary. And so thank you so much for having me.
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into all of those details, that foundational information. But thank you so much for accepting my invitation. I want to kind of keep this conversation short. So, to value your time, because I know you're busy and our viewers as well. So, I'm going to jump right into the questions. And just so everyone knows, this is not a rehearsed conversation we're going to have. Kellee did not receive questions in advance. She doesn't know how it's going to flow. I have questions just to keep me on track, but I may veer off of that a little bit based upon her responses. So this is going to be very organic. During our pre-show, as we were getting on and making sure technology was working, I mentioned to Kellee, like, this can be very risky for me because I don't know what she may say. But I believe in being authentic and genuine, and the realness of conversations is even a part of the magic of LinkedIn overall. So, without further ado, you've already talked about you and your business and what you do. You didn't mention where you're based.
Yeah, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. And while in the early days, before you know what, I was coaching one to one in Cleveland. Now I do it virtually all around the world, especially in the Caribbean. I love that I could say that my business has
It's
hit
global.
Barbados.
Again, technology, right? The wonders of technology. All right. So let's get into it. How did we initially connect? Do you remember?
Yes. So there was a group of people who were very active on Clubhouse, and
Mhm.
you were involved in you were involved in some of their rooms, and then they held a summit, and I really got to hear you speak at that summit.
Right.
They offered a like, I don't know if I did get the upsell, but they offered like a booklet, and I want to say your information was in there, and I just loved you. I loved
Oh,
what you were talking about LinkedIn. And I had known that I was going to focus on LinkedIn. And I believe when I reached out to you, that's what I said. The next
yeah.
year, LinkedIn,
Right.
I'm on it. And I reached out to you to make that happen. Yeah.
And it's interesting because you did, when we had our initial meeting, you said that you were going to reach out to me in the new year and get started. A lot of people say that, but you were a woman of your word, right? And you truly did follow up, and the rest is history, so to speak, right? And so let me put my disclaimer there. Yes, we met via Clubhouse. Yes, we met via Clubhouse. I was tiptoeing in Clubhouse for a while, spent some time. I'm rarely on Clubhouse, just so like it's there for the record. I'm rarely on that platform now. I experimented because of peer pressure, so to speak. Someone in my network said, "Okay, Clarene, I need you to, try Clubhouse out." Tried it. Great, platform, but LinkedIn is my place, is my happy place. So this is where I spend my time. But I'm glad I did spend that time there because that allowed us to connect. So thank you. All right. What was your LinkedIn presence? Your LinkedIn understanding, like before becoming a client of mine?
Well, like so many other people, I thought LinkedIn was only for people who were looking for a job or who were in the HR space and they were looking to recruit people.
Right.
So I thought it was very stuffy and corporate, and there was no place for me. I had since being a coach, I have left my 9 to 5, but prior to that, like I worked my good county government job. What do I need LinkedIn for? That's for people looking for jobs. So I did have listen, I did I created an account in 2012 because I was going to leave my job. So
Okay.
I do what the people who leave their jobs do. They go on LinkedIn, right? I
Right.
created an account and did nothing with it. And then when I started coaching and it realized, you know what, I am a business. Let me figure this out.
Right.
I don't want to say stumbled back. Yes, I stumbled back to LinkedIn and could not figure it out. I was like, I don't get this. There was nothing on YouTube, there was nothing on Google that prepared me for what being on LinkedIn is really like. Seriously.
Mm,
People think they can Google it, they think they can
yeah.
find the videos on YouTube. And I even shared that with you. Some of the
Mhm.
things that you shared with me, I looked. Listen, your girl has a master's degree in Google University. Nothing. There was nothing. So yeah.
It is funny because people do think they could just Google their way, or especially YouTube their way, because people have all kind of videos or how to and tips and all of that. It's not the same approach as going through a dedicated one-on-one coaching process. And especially, well, I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but it's not the same process. So, well, what was so that was your understanding, but what was where your understanding level was, but what was your profile looking like?
Horrible. Horrible.
Okay, I didn't intend for you to say that, but
No, okay. So let me tell you why I said horrible, because I'm very proud of my brand, and my brand did not show up on LinkedIn whatsoever. I had some things that were branded, but it really didn't showcase who I was. And I'm gonna say this right because this is the term for the last couple of years, my true authentic self. But it really didn't. It really didn't showcase my and it's not about business. Me, who am I? And
right.
so it has been a journey, but I feel like I'm really getting to my groove about the real me. My name is Just Kellee. Just Kellee. It's showcasing just me. Yep.
I love that too, where it, and I know we talked about this, where your online presence didn't match up to the phenomenal Just Kellee, the in-person Just Kellee. The two didn't match. And there was a gap there, and it shouldn't be a gap there. The two should align. And I'm glad to see that you're in the groove of Just Kellee,
Yeah.
right? So again, at the first of the year, And so this recording is October 20th, 2022. So at the first of the year 2022, you made a commitment to leveling up, bossing up on LinkedIn. What was specific about that time or unique about that time that made you say, okay, about to do this. It's time. No more procrastinating, no more Googling on YouTube or, Googling period. It's time.
Yeah. So through the previous year in 2021, I had done a lot of business, especially right around the time when I quit my job in September, October, and November. I'd really done a lot of coaching business, but I felt like I was doing a lot to get it. And I was ready to I was ready to just like ease the burden of feeling like I have to hustle on a lot of different platforms. And I came to realize, and now I'm more able to articulate it, but I was realizing that LinkedIn is kind of like an all-in-one shop, and that's probably where I should be. So all-in-one shop. Yeah. So I can do my blogging. They call those articles. Right. I can do my, get my little Instagram on. I can upload my own little, 90-second video reel. I can do a long form video, upload that if I wanted to. I can go live if I wanted to. Like it is an all in, I can build relationships and network. I don't have to I don't have to go searching for networking events. We got that on LinkedIn. It is an all-in-one, one-stop shop. And really, I know you was tiptoeing on over to the other place, and that's how you found me. But we really don't have to go to the other places in my industry. I do because I know that there are people there, but really, for real, LinkedIn is where it's at. So.
Okay, again, let me say this was not rehearsed. This is not scripted. That's all Kellee saying. And I love it and 100% endorse it and I said from the perspective, LinkedIn is a comprehensive social media platform. Again, why go other platforms? Why tiptoe or why stretch ourselves thin? Yes, there's some that I'm on that I just drop content on, but where I live is on LinkedIn. It's not on the other platforms because it is that comprehensive platform where, like you say, Kellee, we can publish articles. That's how I fell in love with the platform. Our regular content, we can mix it up and have variety with the kind of posts that we make on a regular basis. There's so much, and even we talking specifically about the other platform, CH or Clubhouse, but even with the LinkedIn audio events now, with that feature, why be on Clubhouse? Because basically that's what it is. And even the way that the LinkedIn audio events is more comprehensive than the Clubhouse process because you're right on the professional and business platform. You're able to network at a greater level. You're able to go on to their profiles while you're in the LinkedIn audio events rooms and vet people, check their profiles out, message them, start following them. I mean, so overall, the platform is so much more comprehensive. And furthermore, it is the exclusive platform for professional and business purposes, social media wise, not a dry, static platform, but a social media platform that's comprehensive and should be used robustly. So I love that you said that, Kellee. Appreciate it. Yes, again, unscripted conversation, but most definitely it is. But it's the process of people, and you've already mentioned how so many people still think it's just for job seekers. Mm-hmm. And that you just go on when you need a job or if you're a recruiter or whatever the case may be. And especially entrepreneurs not understanding we can grow our businesses from this platform organically, even without ads. We can generate business. We can grow our business endeavors based on effectively using the platform. But if you don't understand the platform, you're not going to get results. If you're not using it consistently based on best practices, you're not going to get results either. But okay, let me stop so I can get back to the questions in respect of your time. So you became a client and initially started with doing the assessments that I offer, the 30-minute 30-minute free Zoom session where you get an assessment of your profile. And then you went on to be a part of my LinkedIn Power Package process. Can you talk about that?
Yes. Okay. So first of all,
like I can take it. Just say how it went.
I will tell you, it was a much more than I thought it was going to be. I really didn't have an expectation, but I know it was more than what I thought, and I was so grateful. You challenged me. I wasn't expecting like real homework, but I got real homework. But the real homework is what I needed so that I could move forward
Mhm.
and get my profile and get my connections up, so that I can continue to utilize the features on
Mhm.
the app, and feel more confident in what I was doing and how I was showing up. But I love the process. It did not take a long time. You were very thorough. You went a little over with me, which was okay, and so I really appreciate that. But that just shows your demonstration of excellence in service, which I definitely appreciate. The process was nice and easy. There was follow up. You checked in on me. You helped support me by engaging with my comments or content, and the process was nice and easy. It was at my convenience, which I want to say my little ones happened to be home. You were very understanding about that, because I was, like I said, I was doing the most, and I had a lot of things going on. So I fit me in, and you accommodated the things that came with me trying to fit this in. And I'm just so glad I had an opportunity to work with you. I'm telling you, it was money well
Good.
spent.
Good, good. And the return on investment is what I want us to talk about. But so, just by way of quick overview for those who are not familiar with my LinkedIn Power package, it's where I have my one-on-one working process with new clients. It's the foundation. It's really to get you started with LinkedIn from a good starting point and then to excel and propel you forward. So it starts with a 2-hour LinkedIn Power session, a working session. My coaching process is not about just talking. I'm a work oriented coach. So we're optimizing profile in real time. We're going over strategies to expand your network, and we're creating content in real time and best practices regarding content. So that I created a custom content calendar for you to keep you on track. You had 2-week window of priority access and support to me, meaning whatever questions you had, you just DM'd me. I responded quickly, right?
Yes, you did.
ASAP. No matter what the questions, no like simple, cookie cutter response, direct to the point of whatever your question. And then 30 days after, we had an accountability session to talk about your wins and your progress and whatever other wrap up questions you had. But that's the LinkedIn Power package. So I'm glad to hear it was a good experience for you. It is work, but when you put in the work, I say you get the results. And when my clients put in the work, I put in the work even more with them because they motivate me. You motivate me. So, based on that power package and that process, did you start to see any movement when it came to your LinkedIn data, your LinkedIn analytics? So, your social selling, I love the look. Um, those, the sunshine. See, didn't I tell you everyone her personality? But when it comes to your social selling index and your analytics overall, did you start seeing a difference between how your presence was on LinkedIn in 2021 and then after the face again, and then your presence thereafter?
Yeah, so I compete with myself, right? So I
Mhm.
don't believe
Yeah.
that, that I'm not competing with you, Clarene. You're a coach, I'm a coach, but I'm not competing with you. I'm not competing with any other coach. The coach I compete with is Kellee. And so you thoroughly explained that social selling index to me. I had stumbled upon it on my own. I had no clue what those numbers meant. I did not know. And I'm going to tell you, I'm so grateful that you explained it to me, because even though, for real, listen, I hope I don't get in trouble with LinkedIn about this, but even though they have a little question mark for you for further explanation, it still doesn't explain. But you
I'm
explained
glad,
it.
I'm glad about that. That benefits me.
It
Like,
does.
I don't want them to give it away all.
They made it great for LinkedIn coaches like yourself. Absolutely, because you explained that to me. So I began to track my numbers and track my data. That's something
Good.
that I have a methodology, and that's part of my methodology is how we track our numbers. We need to know where we are so we know where we
Right.
want to go. And
Right.
so that social selling index was so beneficial for me. And even now, like it's still going down, and I'm like, yes.
Oh,
So
in the right way, the index
yes,
and the network percentage.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Good.
yes.
Very good.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for clearing that up because they don't know what we're talking about. Yeah.
What
They
about
need
your
you. They need you to explain about that because they're not going, nobody is going to get it. If you just look at that, like, and what does this mean? Nobody will get that.
that, like you said, we're both coaches, but we have our area of expertise, right? So this is what I do. So with that, what about your overall analytics on your profile? What difference have you seen in those?
Yes. So, of course, we have access to seeing how many impressions and things like that that we get. But
Your
um,
profile
I,
views and
yeah, my
your search appearances?
yes, so the engagement has increased tremendously. And when I say engagement has increased, I'm talking about followers and connections. That's considered engagement.
Right.
My mail has increased, and as I reach out to people and make new connections, they reach out back to me, and it's just a beautiful dance that we do, the LinkedIn tango. And
The LinkedIn tango. Okay.
and even like it's just so pleasant over on LinkedIn. You say they comment on your post and you say, oh, thank you so much, and give that insightful response, and then, oh, well, thank you so much, no thank you so much, no thank you so much. Like it's like a never ending just love fest. But I've definitely seen the numbers on my LinkedIn profile change since the beginning. I didn't even know what I was looking at before. I didn't even know. I don't know if somebody liked it. If I got one like, I was happy. Now we're not supposed to, really gauge how we're doing with the likes, but no, that did matter for me because it was more than just a like. It was
Right.
more than just a like. Because what I also have come to learn about LinkedIn is that people are watching.
Yes.
They're watching, and they may not like, they may not comment, they may not engage that way, but they're watching. So the fact that someone likes and comments and chooses to engage means that I'm doing something right. Thank you, Clarene.
And thank you, Kelly, for putting in the work. And that's true. There's so many more people who watch or view our content, our activity, than those who actually engage. So I'm of the belief that, and some people say it's vanity metrics, and or say the views don't matter, but they do. So often, there's times I'll meet people in public and they'll be so excited to meet me. And I'm like, who are you? I don't know you, because they're not engaging, but they had been watching, right? And then it leads to when they're ready to commit, they commit when the time is right. I've had clients that I've acquired because they had just been on the background, in the shadows, just watching, right? Until the time was right. And when the time was right, it was me they selected versus someone else because they had been watching and building that respect for me and what I do. So all of that matters. And it's also the whole conversation about we don't know what we don't know,
Right.
right? And so, as you were talking about, just the depth of understanding that I provide with what that social selling index means, what those analytics mean on our profiles, and overall, because we don't know what we don't know. And our approach generally, and I was guilty of it as well when I first started getting active on LinkedIn, our understanding or view of LinkedIn is so skewed because we just don't see it for the nature of what it is now. The platform has evolved over the years and it doesn't get the hype that other platforms get, but that doesn't mean it's not as valuable or more valuable than others platforms. It just doesn't get the hype and the sensationalism, that the other platforms do. So just people don't know what they don't know. And that's why I'm here. So how would you describe your presence on LinkedIn now? Your profile now, you went through my LinkedIn power package. You got the support, the guidance and the support, and you've continued on. How would you consider your profile overall, and then your presence on the platform?
Yeah. So my profile is a
And
lot
wait a
plainer.
minute. It's not horrible anymore, right?
It's not. No, no, it's not. No, and actually, no, I get compliments on my profile. So I know you don't know that, but yes, I get compliments on my profile. People mention, and the cover image, I create that. But I mean, just understanding the importance of having that and using that space. But
Right.
my presence is a lot better. It is a lot better. I show up more confidently now. I also am very intentional on my goals for being on LinkedIn. That's one of the things that people say, well, you got to know your goals. And I really had to think about, okay, so what are my goals for LinkedIn? And so as I even create content and put it out there, I'm so intentional about what that looks like, so that I can meet my goals. And because I'm intentional about what I'm putting out there for my audience and I'm gonna call them clients, even though they haven't connected with me yet. Let's just go on and just call them
Claim them. Claim
clients.
them.
Claim them. Yeah, so I put out things for them that are able to really help them get to know me and get to know how I'm able to serve them, but no pressure. And so I think the presence just really speaks more about who I am. It's more aligned with the brand that I've
Just
created and
Kellee.
the business. Yeah, and the business that I have. So I'm so pleased, and I just am excited that I know some things that I can do to, if I want to get more engagement, what can I do? Like I've been putting some stuff out now. I know I'm gonna just put a nice little picture with me smiling and say whatever I need to say in the caption. I'm gonna get a lot of interaction. Like, I know, I see how the game is played, but I'm very intentional with what I'm trying to say. And working with you helped me to realize that, and it polished my profile.
Thank you. That's great to know. And it's important to keep in mind, though, what works for you is not necessarily what may work for me or someone else. We have to zone in our brand, on our unique individual brands, know what our goals are on the platform, and then lean into what works for us and what resonates to our target audience. And you found that, and keep rolling with it. So, what would the process have been if we didn't connect and I didn't have the privilege of having you as a client? What would your process have been? Because you still would have been wanting and committed to bossing up on LinkedIn, but you would have been doing it on your own. What would that have been like in comparison to what really happened?
So, being on LinkedIn, I come across a lot of LinkedIn coaches, as you could probably imagine. You know how that works. But I'm so glad that you and I connected. Now, I know the circumstances were not ideal. However, right. We already talked about that. But it happened. And
Mhm.
I'm almost positive that I would be frustrated, aggravated. I don't know that here today, the date of this taping, I don't know that I would be active or even on LinkedIn, using it as a platform to just showcase who I am. And I don't want to say get business. Yes, I get business, but that's not what it's about. I really like the platform. I am able to be social here while I conduct business. And I'm a lifestyle management coach. So my life and my business, they blend and intersect. And this has been the perfect place. So I don't think that I would be as comfortable. Now, I'm still a work in progress. I'm still building. I'm still growing. I'm still learning. But I know that I would not be anywhere near where I am had you and I not worked together.
That's good to hear because quite often people they don't understand how when you kind of go about it on your own, piecemealing it and trying to tap into this live or this YouTube or this Google search or this coach or this program or piecemealing the process versus getting someone qualified that can expedite all of that and get you quicker to the process of generating the results that you deserve and want to grow your business. Speaking of results, any results you want to share with us, just Kellee?
Oh, well, I have definitely gotten clients. I've gotten several clients since you
That
and I.
you didn't have to pay ads to get.
No, right.
Mm,
Because I'm not going to tell all my
mm,
business, but I've
mhm.
run ads before, and it was a lot less expensive to just show up on LinkedIn the right way than to run those ads. Let me just say,
Can
okay.
you wait a minute? Can you say that again for the people in the back that's just like, huh? What?
Listen, I said, yes, it is a lot less expensive to work with you than to run ads trying to filter through people who are not a good fit. Listen, I can go on and on and on, but getting the right type of coaching and instruction and connecting with the person who knows what they're doing, it sharpened my iron. I'm already sharp, okay? I'm sharp
Right.
in what I do, but
Right.
I was not sharp in LinkedIn. And so you absolutely helped me out with that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good to hear. That's what it's about. It should be what it's about. Getting the results. And so you've gotten clients from,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the process too of not the gimmicks and the tricks, but using understanding and then using LinkedIn based on best practices. That's what's going to keep you consistent and keep you going long term with the platform versus the gimmicks and tricks, which they're always changing, right? And the authentic approach isn't there. So, all right, go ahead. Anything else you want to share about the results that you had?
Yes. Yes. So speaking engagements around the country. Yes. I've also met so many amazing people. So LinkedIn, as we know, has a lot of networking events and opportunities. And so I've made so many connections. And as I travel, I have so many people to visit and see.
Right,
That's really important to me because I'm a relationship driven coach.
right,
I coach coaches, but the relationship piece is really important to me.
right,
So showing up, and I'm just gonna say the right way, but showing up the right way for me on LinkedIn has been such a benefit to that because it's with these relationships. No, people aren't just, they're not a potential coaching client. No, 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 that's not how I go into it.
yeah,
I go
right.
into it just how can we connect and get to know one another, and whatever happens happens, and things happen. So
That's
that's a huge result for me.
great. That's what social selling is about. Is building those authentic networking relationships, and the rest happens. The law of attraction goes into play, and then the results are there. All right. So let me see. I'm gonna let you just share anything else you want to, for the sake of time, that we haven't covered that you would like to share. Anything specifically regarding your business that you would like to share as well, so that we can wrap this up. But I've appreciated this time and just all your great feedback.
Yeah. I think I give you a lot of, or maybe not a lot, but I share with you how grateful I am for working with you. And I know it was a client coach relationship, but it really is very, very meaningful to me because I'm serious about the work that I do. I sound like Erica Badu right now. I take what I do seriously, but you
I do too.
yeah, but you helped me with that. You helped me show up as the professional. I play around, I joke around, and I'm very lively, but I'm also very professional. And
Right.
I also believe in my clients. And so
Mhm.
you enabled me to show up confidently so that as I work with them and I assist them, and I even try to get them over on the platform. I'm not a LinkedIn coach, but hey, you can still come on over here and I'll show you the little bit that I know so and send you over to Coach Clarene to get your LinkedIn life together.
Right.
But I really just appreciate this experience with you. I'm so glad I did it, and I know a lot of people. Well, I don't know if I'll speak for myself. I hate that I waited so long, but I knew it was all in God's timing. But
Yes.
I hate that I waited so long to show up on LinkedIn. But I'm here now, so watch out, y'all.
All right, now it's the mindset is different with people on LinkedIn. Yes, other platforms you can do business, but those platforms weren't created specifically like LinkedIn for business purposes, for professional purposes. They're mostly social, for entertainment, for friends, family updates, connections, and doing business is an afterthought. And people are in the mindset of doing business on those platforms like they are on LinkedIn. So that's why I say LinkedIn is the place. Even LinkedIn says is where business is done. All right. So anything you want to share about your business as we wrap up? And I want to just give you a shout out, kudos. And I'm just forgetting the name of your show, but your LinkedIn live shows that you've launched, girl, like I try to tune in as much as I can, my schedule, but you go daily. I have a business to run. I can't pop in every day, but I try to support as much as I can. So talk a little bit about your LinkedIn show and just what went behind the thought process of creating it, the scope of it and everything.
Yeah. So thank you so much for saying even what you said. I got a business to run. I pop in when I can. Yes. And so that is the whole idea about my showing up on LinkedIn, my show. It's called Carline Conversations. And
That's it.
so yes, every day that I have to sit in the car line waiting for my daughter, I go live on LinkedIn. And so while I'm here at my house and, I got my office in the background, that's not the case for my LinkedIn live show. So you really get a real live, raw Kellee. Listen, I'm tired. I need another cup of coffee. My hair's not done. Now it's cold in Cleveland. So you see me with my coat on. And I talk about motherhood, marriage, ministry, and coaching, kingdom coaching. And so it's just a smorgasbord little show that I have. And it's only about 10 to 15 minutes long, as long as there's a car line. And the reason why I do that is because I'm busy running a business. And so I could not fit in time to show up on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn needed my personality on the platform. So
I was trying to tell you, yes.
I'm trying to listen, for those of you watching, she tried to tell me. And I needed a way to fit it in. So I was like, look, I don't know anybody that does this. I don't know what they're going to think about it, but I get so much feedback from that. I get messages and people are like, I love it. I binge watch your link. I'm not there, but once a week I binge watch your episodes. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. So I do have car line conversations that you can definitely catch me as long as I'm in a car line. So I'm telling you now, in the summertime and at Christmas time and on spring break time, when there's no car line, there will not be a car line. That's just my life.
I love
that's just my life. So that's that. And so let me tell you guys how else you can connect with me. Of course, send me a connection here on LinkedIn. I am open for connections. I would love to connect with you and just see. And what I like to do also, just so that people know, I will ask you if maybe sometime we can schedule 15 minutes off app to talk. And we will just have a Zoom. And so I can see you, you can see me, and we'll talk and just get to know one another. That's it. That's it. I'm very clear. I ain't selling you.
no sales pitch.
We ain't selling. No, we're just getting to know one another. So if you're in your car, no problem. If I happen to be in my car, no problem. We're just going to get to know each other. So connect with me here on LinkedIn. And I will tell you this, I am reducing the amount of time that I show up in the different areas that I show up. So there's some things shifting with my business, and I have a memberships coming up so that people can get their coaching. And so we're gonna do this membership life, and so just stay connected so that you can be aware of how you can grow your coaching business with ease without sacrificing peace in your life, so that you can show up intentionally as the called coach that you are.
All right, the called coach. I like that. All right. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate, and we appreciate all those who have been joining us live on LinkedIn for this initial conversation, and those who will watch the replay on the various platforms later. We appreciate it. Connect with Kellee. You've learned about her business. You've learned about opportunities to engage with her. And if you're interested, as you see the ticker at the bottom, if you want to start the process off with me to boss up on LinkedIn, you can schedule your 30-minute free Zoom session during which you'll get a free custom assessment of your LinkedIn profile. And we'll talk about how then you can initiate your LinkedIn Power package as well. All right, everyone. Again, thank you for tuning in, and thank you so much, Kellee, and continued success to you. And I'm still watching you. Still have high expectations for you shining online.
I will continue to shine online. And thank you so much, Clarene, for this opportunity. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you.
Oh, likewise. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.